we have some very distinguished guests, like Chairman of Delta Airlines, CEO Home Depot, former Governor, Ambassador Andrew Young, a legendary figure in Georgia. They were all there, not because of me or the professor, but they were there because Sonny Park told them they had to be there. And to be honest, yes, I'm here because it is an investment in the Korean American community and all of you. But it's also because he told me I had to be here. But I think that says a lot of a person like Sonny Park. He's just so generous and so giving that you cannot say no to him. And so when he tells all of you that you have an obligation to do more than just creating a good life for yourself, how important it is to give back, you better listen, because he will not let you off until you actually deliver. I feel incredibly privileged to have served as ambassador, U.S. ambassador to three great countries, Philippines, Indonesia, and of course my home country, Korea. But I think more than that, it is a privilege to be working in the public sector and the government. So whenever I talk to young people, I always encourage them to think about spending some time in something public. And it doesn't have to be the US government. You can work for an NGO, you can just contribute your time to voluntary charitable causes. But I think by doing so, you will have a much more rewarding, interesting life. So whatever your field is, academia, medicine, law, I encourage you to spend some time in public service because I think it will transform your life and it will help those around you, whether it's your children, your spouses, etc. The other advice I always give is don't be afraid to try something new, even though it may seem weird to think about. So if you are especially content with what you have now, you might not want to think about trying anything new. But I was a prosecutor in Los Angeles, and I enjoyed living in Los Angeles. I liked the prosecutorial work. But when I had the opportunity to try diplomacy, I thought, why not? It's an opportunity to work on foreign policy issues, hopefully work on Asian issues, hopefully live in Asian countries representing the United States. But I really thought it would be maybe a 2-year experiment, and then I'll go back to being a prosecutor in Los Angeles. Well, 2-year experiment, as Abe knows well, became a 30-plus year career. Now, I think my life probably would have been fine if I just stayed in Los Angeles as a prosecutor, but I think my life became much richer, much more interesting, much more challenging in some ways, but much more rewarding because I decided to take a chance and try something new. That type of situation or opportunity may not exist for everybody, but I think many of you talented, ambitious, hardworking people will have choices in the future. So I would say, go crazy, try something new, because you may find that taking that chance will transform your life in a very positive direction. The other advice I always give is you have to respect the accomplishments of those who went before you. And again, I point to people like Sonny Park, because I think the reason why you guys are doing so well, the reason why Abe and I were able to do what we're doing now is because of people like Sonny Park, who came here early on. Incredibly hard work, dedication, sacrifice, enormous sacrifice for their families and their communities. And with their sacrifice and dedication, hard work, we were able to do what we do. So never forget that, and that is actually part of remembering your history. Never forget that, because if you don't respect what they've accomplished and all the hard work that they put in, you will not be able to replicate it in any meaningful way. So never forget that. Some ways, I'm just a simple bureaucrat, so I probably don't think as much about what is it to be a Korean American, American or Korean descendant in the United States as people like the professor and Dr. Abe Kim do. But I do think it's important as Korean Americans to be branching out more broadly to different segments of the society. This is a democracy. It's a free market economy. So I think being a professional is great, but I think it's extremely important for Korean Americans to be going to the political area as well, at all levels, obviously great if you can get into the U.S. Congress, but even at local levels as well, because I think those voices matter, and they really will be able to promote that Korean American community, Americans of Korean descent status in the United States much more effectively for some of us to be in political arena. I always remain optimistic because as I look at young Korean American audiences like you, I mean, I'm fully confident about your future accomplishments. I mean, your current accomplishments already, but much more to come in the future. So I wish you the very best in whatever you choose to do. I look forward to hearing about all your successes and how you are contributing to raising the status of Korean Americans in this great country. Thank you very much.